complex ecosystem. Number 12. Massive Amazon fires. Massive Amazon fires have become a global concern due to their devastating impact on the world's largest rainforest. These fires, often exacerbated by deforestation and human activities like farming and logging, release vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, contributing significantly to global climate change. Beyond their environmental impact, these fires threaten the biodiversity of the Amazon, home to countless species of plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. They also jeopardize the livelihoods of indigenous communities and further exacerbate the loss of natural habitats. Efforts to combat these fires involve international cooperation, increased environmental regulations, and successes remain unidentified due to limited medical resources and understanding of local health practices. Moreover, remote locations and cultural barriers hinder effective diagnosis and treatment. These mysteries highlight the need for collaborative research efforts between medical professionals, anthropologists, and local communities to unravel the causes of these illnesses and develop appropriate healthcare solutions. Understanding these mysteries is crucial not only for improving public health in the Amazon, but also for safeguarding the well-being of its inhabitants against emerging health threats. Number 14. Erosion of tribal lands. The erosion of tribal lands in the Amazon rainforest is a critical issue affecting indigenous communities. Rapid deforestation, illegal logging, and infrastructure projects have encroached on traditional balance. Addressing the erosion of tribal lands requires respecting indigenous land rights, implementing sustainable land management practices, and empowering indigenous communities to participate in decision-making processes that affect their territories. It's crucial to prioritize conservation efforts that uphold indigenous rights and preserve the Amazon's rich cultural and environmental heritage. Number 15. Pollution of rivers. The pollution of rivers in the Amazon rainforest poses severe threats to both wildlife and human communities dependent on these waterways. Industrial activities, agricultural runoff, mining operations, and urbanization contribute to the contamination of rivers with toxic chemicals, heavy metals, and untreated sewage. This pollution not only harms aquatic species, but community-based conservation efforts. Protecting the Amazon's rivers is crucial for preserving biodiversity, supporting indigenous livelihoods, and ensuring sustainable development in the region. Number 16. Amazonian flesh-eating bacteria. Amazonian flesh-eating bacteria represent a significant health concern in the region, particularly in remote areas where medical resources are limited. These bacteria, such as Vibrio vulnificus and Aeromonas hydrophila, thrive in warm, freshwater environments like the Amazon basin. They can enter the body through open wounds or ingestion of contaminated water, causing severe infections that rapidly destroy skin, muscle, and even bones. Symptoms include fever, swelling, pain, and potentially fatal septicemia. Treatment requires prompt medical attention with antibiotics is a pressing environmental issue with global consequences. It involves the clearing of vast tracts of forest for agriculture, logging, and infrastructure development, leading to habitat loss, biodiversity decline, and climate change. The Amazon, often called the lungs of the Earth, plays a crucial role in carbon sequestration and regulating the global climate. Deforestation disrupts this balance, releasing stored carbon into the atmosphere and reducing the forest's capacity to absorb CO2. Moreover, it threatens indigenous communities' livelihoods and cultures who depend on the forest for survival. Efforts to combat deforestation include sustainable land use practices, enforcement of conservation policies, and promoting alternative livelihoods that preserve rather than exploit the rainforest's resources. Include loss of biodiversity, disruption of ecosystems, and increased carbon emissions. Moreover, illegal logging fuels social conflict and undermines the rights and livelihoods of indigenous peoples who depend on the forest for their survival. Addressing illegal logging requires robust enforcement of laws, international cooperation, and support for sustainable forest management initiatives. Number 19. Climate change impact. Climate change is exerting profound impacts on the Amazon rainforest, altering its ecological balance and threatening its biodiversity. Rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, and extreme weather events are disrupting the delicate ecosystems of the Amazon. Increased droughts make the forest more susceptible to fires, while warmer temperatures affect plant and animal life cycles. This, in turn, affects climate change is crucial not only for local communities and biodiversity, but also for global climate stability. Number 20. Cultural artifacts theft. The theft of cultural artifacts from the Amazon region is a significant issue that impacts indigenous communities deeply. These artifacts, ranging from pottery and textiles to ceremonial objects and artworks, hold immense cultural and historical value. They are not merely objects but repositories of traditional knowledge and identity for indigenous peoples. The illegal trade in these artifacts not only robs communities of their heritage, but also disrupts their cultural continuity and spiritual practices. Moreover, it perpetuates a cycle of exploitation and marginalization of indigenous groups who often lack legal protections and resources to safeguard their cultural treasures. Such as the jaguar, giant otter, and various primates face threats from habitat loss, illegal hunting, and climate change. These factors contribute to dwindling populations and, in some cases, endangerment of entire species. The loss of these rare species disrupts delicate ecosystems, affecting everything from plant pollination to predator-prey dynamics. Conservation efforts are crucial to mitigate these impacts, focusing on habitat protection, combating poaching, and promoting sustainable practices that support biodiversity. Strengthening conservation initiatives and involving local communities in wildlife protection are vital steps toward preserving the Amazon's rare and endangered species for future generations. Number 22. River dolphins at risk. River dolphins in the Amazon. Initiatives include creating protected areas, promoting sustainable fishing practices, and monitoring water quality. Additionally, raising awareness among local communities and implementing regulations to reduce human impact on their habitats are essential steps toward ensuring the survival of these iconic and ecologically important species in the Amazon basin. Number 23. Drug trafficking. Drug trafficking in the Amazon region poses serious threats to both the environment and local communities. The vast and remote rainforest provides cover for illicit activities, including the cultivation of coca plants used to produce cocaine. This illegal trade leads to deforestation as traffickers clear land for planting, contaminates water sources with chemicals from processing, and contributes to overall environmental degradation. Alternative livelihoods and promoting sustainable development that respects both human rights and the environment. Number 24. Invasive species. Invasive species in the Amazon rainforest threaten its delicate ecological balance. These species, often introduced by human activities like agriculture or accidental transport, outcompete native plants and animals, disrupting natural ecosystems. One notorious example is the water hyacinth, a fast-growing aquatic plant that chokes rivers and lakes, impairing water flow and oxygen levels crucial for aquatic life. Invasive animals like the Africanized honeybee, colloquially known as killer bees, have also made their way into the region, posing risks to both humans and local bee populations. Efforts to manage invasive species in the Amazon include must pose significant threats to its biodiversity and indigenous communities. Deforestation for agriculture, logging, and urbanization is one of the primary drivers, leading to habitat loss for countless species and disrupting fragile ecosystems. Roads